I have found where I am meant to be, and I'm not leaving. I found a place that gives me something that I value more than anything else, and that is peace. As we age in our golden years, where we dwell makes a huge difference in how well we live and how well we age. Let's talk about that today. Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. Well, I was thinking the other day how important it is that we set ourselves up to remain in our homes, if that's what we choose, and to be able to age in place, hopefully until we leave this earth, but for as long as we can. So I want to ask you a few questions. Do you feel safe where you're at? Are you comfortable in your home? Do you feel like you have what you need? Do you feel like you will need to make some modifications as you continue your aging journey? These are very important questions to think about and to be proactive with, not reactive. There are many people that have two-story homes. They love their home, it suits them perfectly, they're comfortable, and they're safe. But if something happens to their mobility, or for whatever reason, they can no longer get up the stairs, what are they going to do? If they can't get up to their bedroom and their bathroom, something is going to have to change. And it's better to think about it sooner than later. Or what if you have stairs just to get into your home? You have to go up some stairs to get to your front door or your side door. If you get to the point where it's very difficult to climb those stairs, how are you going to get in and out of your house easily? Well, that's why I wanted to talk about why I know I'm where I'm supposed to be and why I am not leaving. I have no plans to leave. And that's because of what I have here. Now, it's not about the city or state I live in or, the community, the subdivision, whatever you want to call it. It's about the fact that it meets my needs as I continue to age. Now, where I live is a senior community. It's not like senior, what do you call that? Independent living or senior living building or something like that. It's a 55 plus community, but there are no steps anywhere in my home. There's no steps to get in the front door, the back patio door, or the side door. And that is really a big plus for me. Now, a lot of people hate 55 plus communities, and every place has its pros and cons. But just because you're in a 55 plus community doesn't mean you have to do everything they have to offer. And I'm telling you, they have a lot to offer. I believe we have 7 pools now and gyms. And there are a ton of classes you can take, exercise classes, yoga, water classes, dancing classes, everything. You can join like 250 clubs, bird watching, a book club, a this club, a that club, anything you could imagine. There are activities galore, pickleball, tennis, bocce ball, basketball, a movie theater right here, restaurants, everything right here in the community. And if you love that, if you love to go to dances and concerts and plays and book readings and socialize a lot, you would absolutely love it here. I'm not here for that. Now, when we first moved here 12 years ago, we tried just about everything. We took some Zumba classes and yoga classes and went to the pool. It was kind of like being at Disneyland or something. But then we settled into our life. As most of you know, I'm a homebody, I'm an introvert, and I like to be home. I'm not a big socializer, and I definitely don't like clubs and groups. But if you did, you could join a widows group, a Christian group, any kind of group you wanted to join. You could learn to do photography. You can learn how to use a computer better and tech stuff. You can take sewing classes, pottery classes. The list just goes on and on. But I'm not interested in those things. Why I know I'm where I'm supposed to be is because I know I can live here and live out my remaining years. My hallways and doorways are wide enough, and as I mentioned earlier, there are no steps. We have a lot of community resources if you need help. There's something called Staying Connected, and it's to help senior citizens. So if you need help with something, say you live alone, you don't have a spouse, and you have to change a light bulb and you can't get up on a ladder anymore, somebody, a volunteer in the community, will come and change your light bulb. If you don't drive, if you need a ride to your doctor appointment or the grocery store, somebody will come and take you to where you need to be. If you're a shut in and you're just lonely and you would love to have somebody come over and just have lunch with you once or twice a week, or play a game of cards, or just sit and talk, they will provide that as well. And there's no cost to you. Now, many of you know I don't drive, and Dave drives me wherever I have to go. But if Dave wasn't here, I couldn't get anywhere. So if I had to go to a certain appointment, if one of my teeth fell out and I had to get to the dentist, I could go to that Staying Connected and get someone to drive me to my dental appointment. And that's important. We have a fire station right outside one of our gates, and they're building another fire station right inside our community. Now, the good thing about that is that there's a lot of seniors here, and seniors fall or sometimes just can't get up for various reasons. So you can call there and they will come and get you up. And I'll give you an example. My neighbor had surgery on her back, and back surgery, as you know, can be brutal. And she was actually sitting on the toilet and then couldn't get up. Now, she has a husband, but they're both in their 80s, and he couldn't get her up. And so they called and they came, but like the EMS workers, they came and just got her off the toilet. And I know that might sound funny, but you never know, what can happen or what you might need help with. Just a little bit of assistance. And these are strong young guys. So that's a plus. Another thing that is just so suited for me is the walkability. Most of you know I'm an avid walker and I go out very early in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. It's well lit. I've been doing this for years. I've never felt unsafe or insecure about it. And it's a beautiful community that I can walk around and enjoy and get my walk in. There are walking trails, walking paths, so many different neighborhoods you can walk to. Right here, I can walk to the drugstore, the Food Lion, the bank, a beauty shop, and UPS, several other places. And that makes it very convenient. Another thing that I think is such a benefit is the community because everybody here is from somewhere else. Nobody knows anybody or has anybody as far as family and your familiar friends. It's a retirement area. So people come from all over the United States. And when they move in, they don't know anybody. Their kids don't live here. Their brothers and sisters don't live here. Their grandkids. So everybody kind of connects in that way. And your neighbors are very helpful. They let you know they're there for you, and you let them know that you're there for them. And that's a very comforting feeling. They don't get all up in your business. They're not knocking on your door every day, but you know you can count on them. One of the most important things for me about living here is safety. I feel completely safe. I feel I can leave my doors unlocked, which we have done many times. I know you're not supposed to because nowhere is 100% safe. But we have all left our keys in the car, leave the doors unlocked, leave the doors open. And it's a dumb thing to do, but we've all done it here. And I feel safe. We have Securitas. So we have security all around. They're always patrolling and checking things out. You can call them for anything. They will do a wellness check on anybody if you're concerned about your neighbor or you want them to check in on you every day because you're concerned about yourself. They'll do that, and safety is a very big deal as we get older. My house is small and it's manageable. It's not too much for me. It's exactly what I need. I've never felt isolated. And again, I stay in my house because that's what I like and that's what works for me. But you never feel isolated. You're surrounded by other people that are in your age group. They may be 20 years older, they could be 20 years younger, but they're very caring because we're kind of all in the same boat and we're all seniors. So we understand each other and we help each other. I can have young friends if that's what I wanted, if I was the type person that I felt like I needed a lot of friends and socializing, it's 55 plus. There are many people here that are 55. That's 20 years younger than me. There's also many people here that are 95 or older. That's 20 years older than me. And there's everything in between. So you can pretty much create and build the life that you want that works for you. For me, the greatest gift this place has given me is not all the fun and the activities and the convenience and the socializing and all that. It's the peace. I have peace of mind because I'm safe. I have peace of mind because I'm comfortable where I'm at. I have peace of mind because I don't have to worry about getting to a point where I struggle getting up and down steps or in or out of my house. Now, with all that being said, I want to talk about, say, the flip side of the coin. Not everybody lives in a 55 plus community. Many of you live in your homes, apartments, what condos, whatever it may be, and you've lived there maybe for years. It's your home. You love it. It's where you're comfortable and where you have peace, which is all that really matters. But say there are some things that may hinder you as you continue to age. If that's the case, you don't have to pick up and move, but I would suggest looking ahead and start making some changes so that you will be able to stay where you're at. If you have a two-story place and the time may come where you can't get upstairs, Make a downstairs bedroom. You may already have a downstairs guest room that you could use. If not, turn your dining room or some other room into a bedroom for yourself. That way, you don't have to move, you don't have to give up the home you love, but you can make it work for you. If you have stairs to get in and out of your home, and that's the only way you can access your home, think ahead about what you can do. Some sort of ramp. You may not need it for a wheelchair, but you may need it because you can't get your feet up high enough to get up and down the steps, and it could be a fall risk. It doesn't mean you have to have a ramp installed today, but know that that's an option for you or whatever other options there are. Check into it and start saving for making that change if and when that time comes. We have done some additional things just in preparation for if and when we need them. Some of them are small, and I'll give you an example. I mean, of course, every door has doorknobs, the front door, side doors, closet doors, bedroom doors, etc. But when you get older, you could have severe arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis or other things where you can't grasp the doorknob with your hand. Your hand's too weak. It's not as strong as it used to be. So it's very hard for you to open and close the door with a knob. So over the years, Dave has replaced every doorknob in this house, whether it be on a closet or the main door of the house, and put those, I call them lever handles. I'm not sure what the exact frame is for it, the exact word, but I'll insert a picture here. But they're just a bar that goes across. And you can open that with your elbow. You can go up to open it and down to close it. So that's just one little thing that we may need in the future, and we've already done it. And we spread it out over time until we got every doorknob replaced. Now, just recently, we had our bathroom shower replaced. This house is, I don't know, 27, 29 years old, and the grout was coming out between the tiles, and it was just, getting grody looking. And so we had someone come in and re-tile the shower. We took the shower glass doors off. I'm just going to put a curtain up, and then had um, shower bars installed. One right as you enter the shower that you can hold on to get in the shower, and then one to hold on to when you're in there taking a shower. We don't need that assistance now, but we could tomorrow. We just don't know. But those are little extra safety features that if you do these things in advance, they're really going to help you stay where you are most comfortable and in the home that you love. And of course, I had already done many things that will really help as we get older. And that's having less furniture and kind of decluttering things and getting things in order. I know with my ma, she loved her little house. She just had a little one-bedroom house. It did have stairs to go down to the basement. And in the basement where she did all her ironing, and her basement was her closet. I'm not kidding. She had wall-to-wall racks holding all of her clothes. She was a fashionista. She loved clothes. She hung on to everything, and she was in and out of that basement constantly. So as she continued to age, it was much harder for her to get up and down those basement steps. And they were concrete steps, but they were carpeted. When you're, in your late 80s, which she was at the time, a fall down steps is not going to have a good outcome. She also loved lights, like twinkle lights and lamps, any kind of lamp, a regular lamp, a little decorative lamp. She had lamps everywhere. Therefore, she had cords everywhere. So in this little one-bedroom house, there were so many trip hazards. She had scatter rugs. She loved scatter rugs and had them everywhere. She had rugs on top of rugs, and that's a trip hazard. So I don't have any of that. I don't have those scatter rugs. I don't have cords, out. I don't have a lot of furniture crammed into a small house that, can also cause accidents. So I've done everything I can do to increase my chances of being able to age in place and stay here until I'm not here anymore. So now I want to hear from you. How do you feel about that? Are you in a place where you know you can remain there until you can't? Until you either pass away or unfortunately had to go to a nursing home due to an illness or something. Are you comfortable with your surroundings? Do you feel like you have what you need? Maybe you all have different suggestions that could help each other. When we read the comments, you guys are just really incredible. You have great ideas and suggestions and encouragement. And so by sharing, someone else may glean something from your comment. The bottom line is you deserve, you definitely deserve to be comfortable. It doesn't matter if you're in a one-room studio apartment. If you're comfortable there, if you feel safe there, that's all that matters. That's all I want for all of us. But those of us who are, pretty strong-willed, hard-headed and stubborn like me, I'm determined I'm staying right where I'm at because this is where I'm supposed to be. Will my goal be met that I'm going to stay here until I drop dead? Nobody knows, but I am set up to do that, and that gives me a lot of peace. Dave and I have talked about this a lot because, as many of you know, Dave has some serious health issues. And we talked about if one of us was gone, would he move out of this house if I was gone, or would I move out if he was gone? For him, he didn't care. I mean, to him, you know, four walls are four walls. Women, I think, look at things differently because women are usually the ones that make a house a home. And I have created a home here that gives me everything I need as far as, warmth and love and welcoming and comfort and all the things. So I do want to stay here no matter what. And I'm determined I'm going to do it. We'll see. So with that being said, I'm going to move on to an inside beauty tip. My inside beauty tip comes from Psalm 4:8. In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. I think that's probably all of our biggest concern. We need to feel safe where we are. Sometimes when you become a senior or you continue to go through the aging process, you start thinking, oh, what if someone did this or that? I can't run as fast as I used to. I'm not as quick. I'm not as sharp minded. What would I do if someone broke in? Now, God forbid, please. I hope no one never breaks in your homes or mine. But, you think about those things. So you have to have a sense of safety somehow, however that works out for you, whatever makes you feel safe. To me, a home's treasures aren't in the furnishings or, the knickknacks and things that you have. The treasures are what you put into your home: the contentment, the peace, the comfort, things like that. That's what really matters, no matter where we live. The scripture's first sentence is, "In peace I will lie down and sleep." As I said in the beginning, peace means everything to me. And when I close my eyes at night, I have to be in a peaceful state of mind. And I have that because of my surroundings, not my surroundings out there, my surroundings in my home, where I live, where I exist each and every day. And we can all have that. I want that for all of us. I think it does us good to sort of have a goal in mind, something that we want to attain or work towards. So, whatever your living situation is, have that goal for yourself. If you need to modify something in your home in order to stay there, make that one of your goals, something to look forward to, something that you can do. If you're in an impossible situation and you know you have to move, even though you don't want to, but you may have to, then plan on that. Make that something exciting. Make it a new start in your life. Instead of a sad thing, look at all the benefits, look at all the positives, and look at what it can do for your life and the peace it will give you. I've known many people who got very depressed and very down because they could no longer live in their homes. It was just impossible. But they weren't ready to go to a nursing home or assisted living. They just couldn't do the stairs, couldn't keep up with the maintenance, things like that. Why be discouraged? A house is just a building. A home is where you have that contentment and peace and comfort, and you can make that anywhere. So always have hope, always look forward. Better days are always ahead. That's the only attitude to have as we continue aging. I thank you so much for being here. I truly do appreciate it. And until we meet again, this is the old girl signing out. See ya.